What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over a couple, what we call these things, tornadoes, air guns that basically take the air and swirl it around, and use these to clean the interior. You can use these for a lot of different things, but these are really handy tools for professional detailers. If you're just getting into detailing, these work really nicely. You got to be careful with these things though. You don't want to get too close to things. You don't want to blow dirt directly down into the carpet like I see some detailers doing. You want to basically just shoot this way, and usually I'll shoot debris out of the car, out of the vehicle, or from under the seats to the back so I can vacuum it up. There's some of them that have attachments so you can hook vacuums up to, and you can basically grab debris while you're blowing it around. But basically, mainly I use these for just clearing out really dirty cars that have excess. I do a vacuum first, initial vacuum. I blow whatever I can't get out between the seats, certain areas you just can't get to with a brush, and then I'll vacuum that out. So I don't use these a ton. Don't get too close to buttons that have paint on them that are chipped. You'll blow the paint off of them. There's a lot of damage you can do with these things too. So today we're just gonna go over, here's a cheapo one that I've actually had for probably at least 2 years now. It's kind of on its way out, that's why I'm buying this newer one. It's done a pretty good job. I think this was somewhere around $20 to $30 for this knockoff one. There's no name brand. It's pretty cheap, but it has done a pretty good job. So we'll compare these two. The new one that I got, I wanted to spend a little bit more money. These are not much more. These are about $44. For this brand is called Vortex. Now it's not your Tornado, which is your nicest brand. I kind of just want to see, being that this one's done a pretty good job for being so cheap, I wanted to try something a little bit nicer, but I don't really necessarily have to go for the nicest, most expensive, because there is a pretty good price difference. Those ones can run you around $60 or $70 for the Tornado brand. So this one's called Vortex. It says, do not point towards faces, eyes, and skin with the head of the gun. I think that's pretty obvious, but apparently there's some people that need to be told that out there. So we'll hook these things up. And I've got a pad. Sometimes I'll use just a regular blowgun, or I'll use these to kind of clean pads with, just kind of get the water off of them. So we'll wet this pad and we'll kind of just do a test on it to see what the difference is between the two of them, how hard they blow. I can tell you right now, they have the same shape. They look very similar. I would say that the construction of this nicer one, this Vortex, is way better. It's heavier, it's thicker. This is kind of like a pot metal. I've dropped it quite a few times, but I feel like it could, one of these days, it could just split in half because it's really cheap metal. So that's like a pot metal. This is more of a stainless steel. The trigger has way more, it's just easier to use. This one's on its way out. It's just becoming really hard to push down. Like I said, I've had it for a couple years, so it's not a bad deal. Now you're gonna wanna wear safety glasses when you use these if you can, and ear protection if you can too. I use sound canceling headphones. I'll just be listening to some music. So I'm gonna put this on real quick, just this fitting, and then we'll hook it up to some air, and we'll see how well it does. I know there's probably going to be a big difference in how nice it is. Just the construction, this weighs about way less than this, and the construction just feels a lot better on this. The trigger's really nice. So we'll just wet. Basically, I've got some pad cleaner, and we've got this wool 5.5 inch pad that's pretty dirty. And so we'll just wet that down, and we'll just do kind of like half and half. So we'll start with the cheapo one first here. Got a slight leak from this Harbor Freight fitting. Get what you pay for. So So this one still does a really good job. It works really well. So it didn't take everything off of there, but it's got some black type of compound on there. So I don't suspect it taking all that off. So, and you're gonna want to, when you have these, you're gonna want to clean these fairly often. You're gonna get stuff that blows back in here, and you're gonna want to take the end of this off. Really simple. And you're just you have to sometimes space these out properly. There's all these little plastic fittings here, and you want to space them out, usually about even. And you can take all this apart and clean all the gunk off of it. I usually just use some all-purpose cleaner, APC, and clean it off and put it back together. Just got to look in there every once in a while. You're going to want to clean in this little tube because the last thing you want to do is take a somewhat dirty car and make it dirtier by making black streaks or something in the upholstery that you're cleaning. Yeah, I like this one has a little less kick than this one does, but you don't need too much power because you're going to damage stuff if you have too much power. So this one does a really good job. It feels more precise. It has a little bit smaller nozzle here, so you're just blowing things through the seats and everything. So I think this one feels a lot better. I think it's going to last a lot longer. This one, like I said, it's been a couple of years. This one, hopefully I'll get 3 or 4 years out of. I might try the Tornado one as well one of these days. Kind of depends on how this one holds up. But all in all, I think it's a really stout product. And I'll be doing a review on it again, probably a 6-month update or maybe less if I have any issues with it. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, about $44, about $41 if you have a business account on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. I can put a link to both of them. I'll have to find the old link for this one. But the price difference, this Vortex one is way better than this one. So I would spend another, I don't know, $10 and get the Vortex one. It just feels better. It's a little bit more precise. And you could fit this, I mean, you can get different attachments for these things, but you can fit it through seats a little bit easier than this big horn right here. So yeah, I would recommend this. Like I said, I'll do an update video. If there's anything I don't like about it, or if it breaks or just doesn't hold up, I'll make another video on an update on it. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I've got a bunch of other videos on reviewing things. There's nothing scientific about my reviews usually. It's just how they work for me and how I like them, because I try a lot of different things. So when I find something I really like, I like to share it with everybody. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments below. So have a great day, everybody. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.